in Gaza, 22,438. It's just gone up by more than 100, and it's doing so every 24 hours. The death toll is extraordinary. So even for us non-academics, it's very hard to understand the US's position here. Absolutely. And
secretary that the requisite quorum is present. I hereby declare the meeting open. Kindly ensure your phones are switched off. Kindly ensure your phones are switched off or put in silent mode for the duration of the meeting. To open, I would like to please invite Mr. Pastoni Omojola.
All deliberations today, the ultimate chairman, let there be no rank giving up. Let all the deliberations be
Thank you, Pastor Mojala. Okay. I would like to introduce the members of the board. From my right, Mr. Chukamodi, and Dr. Evans Japa Jones. The auditors of the company, Ellah Akonde, whose report we shall be taking at this meeting. I would like to introduce Ms. Olumoroti Ali and Ms. Sarah Toxa of Oak Legal, our company secretary, and our registrars, Cardinal Stone Registrars Limited, here represented. The Nigerian Stock Exchange is here, ably represented by Mr. Bonaventure Energy. We also have a representative of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mrs. Rosemary Census. Notice. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start the formal proceedings of this annual general meeting. The notice of the annual general meeting, together with explanatory notes, was published in the Guardian on Friday, 1st of December, 2023. And
my name is Mr. Ellah. I believe that an election was to give honor to our nation. It's supposed to be
it's not a statutory requirement, but I think an opening prayer, which this nation needs more than anything else, would suffice. Thank you very much for that. The notice of I will, however, now invite the company secretary, represented by Ms. Ali, to read the notice of the meeting.
Good morning. Notice is hereby given that the annual general meeting of Ellah Lakes will hold on Tuesday, 16 January 2024 at 11 a.m. at number 7 Ibi Inka Olorunbe Close, Victoria Island, Lagos, to transact the following business. 1, to present the audited financial statement of the company for the year ended 31st July 2023.
Use the microphone. Sit down.
Almost everybody will want to have.
Just thanks and
Hereby giving that the annual general meeting of Ellah will hold on Tuesday, 16 January 2024 at 11 a.m. at number 7 Ibinka Lorenberg Close, Victoria Island, Lagos. Number 1, to present the audited financial statements of the company for the year ended 31st July 2023 and the reports of the directors, auditors, and audit committee thereon to members. 2, to re-elect directors retiring by rotation. 3, to reappoint Olabode Akonde and Co. as the external auditors of the company. 4, to authorize the board of directors of the company to fix the remuneration of external auditors. 5, to disclose the remuneration of the managers of the company in line with provisions of Section 257 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. 6, to elect the members of the company's statutory audit committee. The special business is approval of the equity issue to consider and if thought fit pass by way of special resolution with or without modification following subjoined resolutions. A, that the board of directors be and is hereby authorized to raise up to the sum of 5 billion naira by way of private placement and any other equity issuance on such terms as may be approved by the board, subject to obtaining all relevant regulatory approvals. B, that all acts carried out by the board of directors and or management of the company in connection with the above be and is hereby approved and ratified. And C, that the board of directors be and is hereby authorized to perform other acts, take steps, or do all such other things as may be necessary for or incidental to giving effect to the spirit and intendment of the above resolutions as they deem appropriate. By order of the board, Oak Legal Company Secretary.
Thank you, Ms. Oli. Now, for more important preliminary matters, voting. The voting today will be conducted by a show of hands unless a poll is demanded. May I remind you that shareholders who are present here in person or through a corporate representative are entitled to one vote by a show of hands. Shareholders who have duly appointed a proxy have also indicated the manner in which the proxy should vote on such resolution on the instrument appointing a proxy. These have been collated and will be displayed by the registrar in respect of each resolution. Questions? With your permission, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to proceed by dealing with the first questions relating to each resolution immediately before that resolution is put to the meeting. First, I will deal with those questions which have been submitted to the registrars or company secretary and then invite questions from the floor. Please keep your questions or comments brief and to the point. Before asking your question, please give your name and state whether you are a shareholder or proxy. Please raise your hand and wait your turn before speaking. Kindly address all questions to the chairman. Ordinary business of the meeting. Financial statements for the year ended 31st July 2023 and the reports of the directors, auditors, and audit committee. The first item on the agenda is to present the financial statements of the company comprising of the consolidated accounts for the financial year ended 31st July 2023 and the report to the directors, auditors, and audit committee thereon. By the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, the directors of the company are required to lay before this meeting the last audited financial statements and reports which are contained in the company's 2023 annual report. Copies of the 2023 annual reports were sent to all shareholders and have been distributed to the shareholders present today. The report is also available on the company's website for download. The original accounts and copies Please sign our meeting for verification. Chairman's statement is on page 9 of the annual report, and with your permission, this will be deemed read. I will now hand over to the auditor to present the auditor's report.
I think it's a lot of the outcome, the representing a lot of the application. Give our the report of independent auditors, member of Ellah years. Our opinion. We have audited the financial statements of Ellah PLC, which comprise the statement of financial statements that are 1st of July 2023, the statement of comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of cash flows for the year then. Notes to the financial statement, including the summary of significant accounting. In our opinion, the company financial statement may to appear the financial performance and cash year days of that state, and comply with covenant allied methods and in of our team. We conducted an audit in accordance with international standards. Audit. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities to audit of the financial of the company in accordance with the international ethics standard for accountants code of ethics for the company. Together with the ethical requirements relevant to our audit of financial statements, we have fulfilled our other ethical responsibility according to these requirements and the ISPA code. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate but is for our opinion. Information other than financial statement. The director's report and other information contained therein the responsibility of the director. Our opinion does not cover this report and accordingly do not express any form of assurance conclusion thereof. It is our responsibility to read the other information and we do need to consider whether information is materially inconsistent or with the knowledge obtained during the audit and other appears to be materially stated. If based on our work, we conclude that there is such material statement within other information and verify the report. That part in another section 405. Governance and Allied Matters Act. We have nothing to report in this regard. Key audit matters. Key audit matters are those matters that are approximately significant the performance of our audit. These matters were fully assessed during the audit and performing our opinion. Do not provide a separate opinion. One, CPO billing. The 3-ton CPO billing plan paid for in 2022, which was earmarked to commence operation by December 2022, processed palm kernel is yet to be stored by October 4, 2023. The amount has been treated other assets, biological assets. Biological assets is the lifeline of the city. The company was unable to provide us valuation of this product asset. Yeah. It was due to security concerns at the farm. Therefore, the valuation December 2022. That's the one we were able to point there for able to confirm that. Now, responsibility of the directors for the financial statement. The directors are responsible for the preparation of tax execution of submitted separate financial statement in accordance with national financial reporting standards. Also in compliance with the requirements of both the Financial Reporting Council of the Union Act 6, 2011, and Allied Matters Act 2020. This responsibility includes designing, implementing, and maintaining internal control relevant to the preparation of their presentation of financial that are approved from material statements, selecting and applying appropriate accounting policies, and making accounting estimates that are reasonable in circumstances. Requiring the consolidated and separate financial statements, directors are responsible for assessing the group's and company's ability to continue as going concern. Disclosing matters related to going concern and using going concern basis of accounting, unless the director either intend to liquidate group or companies or cease operation or have no realistic alternative. Report of independent auditor's responsibility for audit of our responsibility is to express an independent opinion on this financial statements based on our audit. We conducted our audit in accordance with standards on audit, give an necessary accountant of Nigeria. Those standards require that we comply with technical requirements and plan and perform audit to obtain reasonable assurance that financial statements are free from material statements. An audit involves performing procedures to obtain audit evidence about the amounts and disclosure in the financial statement. The procedure selected depends on the auditor's judgment, including the assessment of the risk of material misstatements of the financial statement. Making those risk assessments, the auditor considers internal control relevant to the entity's preparation and fair presentation of financial statements in order to design audit procedures that are appropriate in the circumstances, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of the entity's internal control. An audit also includes evaluating the appropriateness of accounting policy used and the reasonableness of accounting estimates made by the director, as well as evaluating the overall presentation of the financial report from other legal and regulatory requirements. The Companies and Allied Matters Act requires that in carrying out our audit, consider and report to you on the following matters. We confirm that 1, we have obtained all the information and explanation which to the best of our knowledge and belief are necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2, in our opinion, purpose of account kept by the company. And 3, company statement of financial position and profit or loss and other comprehensive income and agreement of account. Dated 26th October 2023. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akande. As chairman of the statutory audit committee, I will now go ahead to read the report of the audit committee to the members. In accordance with the provision of section 404, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C20, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, we the members of the audit committee of Ellah Lakes PLC, having carried out our statutory function under the Act, hereby report that A, the accounting and reporting policies of the company are consistent with legal requirements and ethical practices. B, we have received the scope and planning of the external audit for the period ended July 31, 2023, and we confirm that they were adequate. C, we have considered the independent auditor's post-audit report and management's responses thereon and are satisfied thereto. Members of the audit committee are one, myself, Osaro Oyegun, chairman; two, Augustine Ezechuku, shareholders representative; three, Wilfred Edukbai, shareholders representative; four, Olubosu Banji, shareholders representative; and five, Nena Oyewuchi, directors representative. Signed by myself, Osaro Oyegun, as chairman of the audit committee. I shall now call for questions and comments which you may have on the reports and financial statements for the year ended 31 July 2023. Kindly refer to the page of the financial statement to which your question relates to for clarity. I implore members to be concise in stating their comments and asking questions to ensure that we can take as many questions as possible.
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning, other directors, and good morning, esteemed shareholders. Good morning, esteemed shareholders, and happy New Year. Mr. Chairperson, today, without any gain, if we have to limit William sacrifice, like I mentioned earlier, without any gain, if we have to look at this annual report, it is pertinent also to look at where this organization is coming from. Most of us who are closer to this company and who have been an investor on the stock exchange for the past years, you will realize that this company, Ellah, has passed through muddy waters. It got to a stage the company was good as dead. But to the glory of God, today, and with the final decision of the stock exchange to invite new investors, the company too came alive once again. So in actual fact, in recent times, one of the best decisions of the stock exchange and other regulated authorities is to bring back this company into existence once again. Give the regulators the round of applause. Talking about the regulators, our investment has disappeared into the 10 years. We don't have a company again. We don't have a company, but we have wisdom to invite young investors to buy into it. We are now happy. All of us are here today to show their shareholders. If not for those, the one decision of the regulator, we wouldn't be here. I have had the best to serve on the audit committee of this company when Ellah was alive. I would not like to go back into the past. But glory be to God, we have a company today. So the chairman today, without any other funny comments, it is important that we see the influence account. On page 10, I have seen the chairman's statement. And that chairman's statement clearly reveals the green light at the end of the study. That statement reveals completion of the right issue. Because without money, you cannot bring back any business. You cannot bring it back to life. The Honorable Board has successfully completed the right thing. Also, the installation of the CPO oil mill. And they even gone further to think of updating soybean and wheat. But like every agro-allied business, which most of us too have invested heavily on, it takes years before you start getting dividends from agro-allied. The giants in this sector, I remember the two giants in this sector who are in those things. We waited with them for good 10 years before they could pay 10 kobo. But to the joy of God, after paying 10 kobo, today, I want to be most active stocks in this nation today. I don't want to mention this, but they are gold getters. There are companies that are not with debt. Okomo is debt free. Yes, today, federal government bet Okomo to come and take grant to develop for. This is the fact that all of us know. Today, if you are having the AGM of Okomo, you have two governors on the team because the Okomo and Frenco have counted into Delta State. To the glory of God, I believe and I pray that that is what will be the end of Ellah. And further, it's all about it. That is my prayer. Also, blessing too, we have even gone further. That is a review of business and future development. We've got to sign an memorandum with the Enugu State government for the new order of 5,000 acres. And to take them for the next 35 years. This is a good one too. Give them a round of applause. But as we are considering the triumphant period this company has passed, I will still look into the account, which of course no one can blame. But for clarity's sake, it's good to look into those accounts. On page 42 and 43, I realized that the board intends to leverage on the account of this company, which is in fact 43. The account of page 42 and 43 is not rosy, but we know definitely that has helped us rise because we need men. We need to get salary. It means expensive regime for receiving any to roads, which we know too definitely that as time goes on, all this negativity will continue to change and bring fruit. Once again, I want to wish this God well. I want to pray for every living soul that has the opportunity to serve on this board. Please continue the hard work. And the shareholders too, I pray that God in His infinite mercy will give us endurance to stay with this company and keep us alive to when they begin to go into profitability to pay us business. Mr. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity given. God bless you.
The gentleman behind in the cap was raised his hand next.
Good morning, the board, fellow shareholders, and other agencies here represented. Nick, publish the name, publish the bureau. I only employ you because I know you are trying to survive, and the Almighty God will try as much as possible to hear your prayers and push you forward to the level of Komu and President. Now, I need an update because this report we are holding in our hands is as of July 31st, more or less. And kindly also let your board appoint representatives or delegates for attending board meetings because the board attendance meeting is not quite encouraging. And this only goes to show that maybe they have a lukewarm attitude to the progress of the company. Please update us on the status of the CPO milling operation, as well as what you have planned for the soya bean and rice operation, because we know this is registered of July, so we need an update to keep us in the good place and have confidence in the company as a going concern. Likewise, try to limit the expenses of traveling, because we have so much spend on traveling. And also the revaluation surplus that you have on page 42 on the 28, say 14, that is 14 billion, is it? So let us know if this revaluation was done by chartered estates of Europe. So we know the true position of the balance sheet, because we cannot be holding something that is not financially valuable. Also, trade and other payables. Try to settle your debt so you don't spend the company with so much duty. Likewise, try to limit the professional fees and other legal fees, because at this stage of the game, you don't want to incur too many expenses before the income starts rolling in, because there has been little or no activity going on the accumulation of expenses and the expenses. I wish you well, and the Almighty God will see us through. Thank you.
Sorry, can I make it? Sorry, perhaps you can do 2 more questions so that we can ask relevant members also. But please keep your questions short and to the point so we can make good use of time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, members of the board, the regulatory authorities here present, fellow distinguished and patient shareholders. Good morning. My name is Eki Chibuzo Emmanuel, the General Secretary, Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Mr. Chairperson, I want to start with a note of appreciation, appreciating the new investors that came in to invest in the company to bring it back to life. On that, I discovered that there is observations. One of my observations are one. As these new investors have come in, this place, this venue, is no more convenient for a company that is growing like Ellah. Secondly, lost position. Yes, there was no revenue at all. That is where I got to know that we just also started operations. But if we have started operations, we should lay hold and control our costs. That's now. Because today, when money comes, probably, if you look at page 78,
calls for the need to review all the high costs that we have experienced there. Put it under control, please. Page 41. These are attendants, especially committee attendants. 1. Audit committee on page 30. We are returning and coming up newly. I want you to audit committee is supposed to have, by law, supposed to have at least 3 meetings, but for 4 meetings. But here you cover that is 2. Yes, somebody have talked of both attendance of meetings. Means those that are not forthcoming or we are not seeing their life and commitment, find a way of letting them go so that we can have a concerned and serious members of the board. I want to ask you kindly update us on the right issue. Recently, issue and some of the please update us on it. On this note, Mr. Chairperson, I want to say thank you for the opportunity. While I wish you well, we're going to have a better meeting at a better venue. Thank you.
The lady with her hand up on this side. Just one.
Good morning, the members of the board, the regulatory authority president, and my fellow shareholders. My name is Mrs. V.O. Obide, National Coordinator of Park Shareholder Association. Ma, first and foremost, my first point, I'm surprised we don't finish our rights. And the right issue did not call us on time. We did not get the right issue on time. Let's sit down. It's just in our area. There is no annual report. As long as the annual report, we couldn't get. What happened? I asked them at the registrar. They said they did not print much. I said, why? We are not up to next week. We are not up to some other companies. We are not up to 100. Why? We are not up to 60. But now I want to say something. There is no annual report. There is nothing to comment on. Annual report is like you are advertising your company. Since I got this year, this is my first time of having opportunity to come here because always in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt. The outside report. I know it's part of Nigeria, but we that we want to come, and this area has shown us that we have to welcome us. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Because it's not up to 60, there is no annual report. And the camera said 21 days before the AGM. I don't know what happened. And I believe wherever we have 3 minutes. Can I continue?
Madam, do you have another? Madam, please, do you have another point to make? Your point on the annual report is very.
One day make at 366 days. Yeah, it's 366. Last year is 365. So it's 1 year. One 24-hour message. Yeah. So let's give our. There's no rush next year. If you have been coming to
Madam.
I can't walk away from the body. I was directly directing on something. What we talk? If you have your annual report, I want to advise my colleagues in the capital market. Let's go for this year. What will I do? It shows what we are doing. It shows how we are. It shows how we are compatible in the capital market. It's unfair. It's unfair. I want to know the outcome of our writing, the way forward of our economy. What we supposed to use to know that it's not because you can give me the life of it. Thank you.
Anybody have any other Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your question. I think the questions that have been asked are around 4 or 5 major areas, and I'm hoping that others who wanted to ask questions, your questions hopefully be answered in here. So I will hand over to the MD to respond now. So we're responding to the CPO bill. Sorry. So the questions are like the 1 second, so you will have a chance. Okay, so go ahead and make your observation. Okay, so you're responding to the CPO bill, costs, updates on the right issue.
Thank you very, very much. Please. So, my very loyal shareholders, thank you very much for making it time. We're very grateful. This is our first meeting in a very long time to have our shareholders here. So I would say first to you, and Madam, for Mijebode, thank you very much, and we appreciate your presence. They are going through a very, very, very long time. Everybody understands how things are being for other leagues. And we have been trying to bring this company back to life. It looks like we have finally succeeded. So I want to appreciate all of you. So thank you very much for coming. And but yeah, when you do the refreshments, they are not very the refreshments. Let's take it back. But I've addressed some of your concerns and your issues. I will just Mr. Eke Emmanuel. I understand the point you made about the venue, but we have not had many shareholders come for meetings in the last few years. In the year we took over, the AGM had 5 attendees, 5 people in Port Harcourt. So we cannot hire a national stadium for 5 people. So as shareholders grow, and up growth, so also we will grow in terms of the venue. So be patient with us, give us time. How we took over the company had negative shareholder value, negative assets. We're only just coming back to saying we are now alive again. So the time will grow. By next year, if we want to declare dividends, we'll have a big event. So here we go for that. On the matter of revenues, as we say, we have been reinvesting. We expect to see revenues through the course of this year. But I think with anyone who has followed the annual reports and how we've been reporting, we expect that we should get the cash flow during the course of the year. So obviously, as long as we remain shareholders, we will updated on all the progress that we're making. In relation to annual reports, the annual reports available, give them as you exit the meeting. And then, if you have gone through the process, you have collected all annual reports that you're going to. Then also, we'll make them available online to everybody officially have hard copies. So if you're confident, you know, I'm very bored. We will keep the book and we'll have the annual report to the book. But your concerns are noted. Very well noted. We are not, you're a long-term shareholder and we'll make sure that Don't worry about it. There are a variety of issues, PPO, the trade, the payables, evaluation surplus, professional fees, all of them, we understand the concerns around that. But in terms of what I can address right now, the CPO mill one is undergoing completion. We had some issues with our neighboring communities that have sorted out, so we expect that the CPO mill will become operational by Q2 of 15. Secondly, in relation to the rights issue, it was our hope that we would have received our second approval before this meeting. As I said to a few other shareholders, right for business, I mean, I have to give down to the second, because we expect that final approval of the rights issue will be given either today or tomorrow. It will be concluded, it was successful, and we expect. So hopefully, once we have our final second approval, we can publish in the newspapers. And my expectation is by Friday or Monday, you will see the notification in the newspapers for the conclusion. We're very grateful to all the shareholders, the new shareholders report rights and are participating every day. And I expect that within the next 1 week or 2 weeks, we'll have the official announcement. I hope that addresses most of the questions raised on professional fees. I take your point, sir. But you cannot have a rights issue without lawyers, without commission house, without lawyers, for the successful conclusion of the issue. This is Nigeria, and they're professional fees, so no one can work. So it's important that we take quality people to work on their course. So some of those fees are unavoidable. The issue is we don't have revenues at the present time. So this is coming out of all the new equity arrangements. But going forward, we expect this will be part of our OpEx that we will take care of from revenue generation. So I expect by the next AGM, we'll have even better news to give to you. But those points are noted. It makes us happy that shareholders are actually reading the annual report, which is a part of the report. But I expect that going forward, we will have more questions and we'll be able to take all these questions. Thank you very much.
I now propose that the annual report and accounts for the year ended 31 July 2023 be received. Can I get someone to move the motion? The gentleman in the red cap.
Thank you, Chairman. I, Sir Hesco Marbury, now support the motion. Move the motion.
Thank you, sir. A second, the gentleman in the white shirt. Andrew.
Thank you. My name is Ijani Oluwani Shola. I second the motion.
Thank you. Sorry? So, okay, so we can declare the motion. Okay. Okay. All right. Shareholders in favor. Shareholders in favor of this resolution, please indicate by show of hands. Can the registrars? Registrars? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Those against? I declare the motion carried.
Yeah.
Okay. Re-election of directors. The next business of the day is the re-election of directors. In accordance with section 285 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA, 1/3 of the directors of the company for the time being shall retire at this meeting. Being eligible offer themselves for re-election. I call on the company secretary to read out the retiring directors for the 2023 financial year. Sally.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Olumide Akpata, Mr. Chukwamodi, Shehu Abubakar, Chijoke Dozie will retire by rotation, and Mr. Chukwamodi and Mr. Chijoke Dozie being eligible offer themselves up for re-election.
I hereby move that the retirement of the retiring directors aforesaid be made by a single resolution of the shareholders. First, those in favor. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman.
To the point, sir, please.
I've heard that Mr. Chukwamodi is going to be re-elected, elected or re-elected as it is the team. I know he's an executive, he's the managing director. And if the managing director is presenting himself for election, what, for any reason, what if he's not elected? I would say that from here, he's not being our MP. So it is something that they really have, maybe you have to work on your limits, that executive or the MD himself ought not to come for election. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your very active observation, so this is noted. I hereby move that retirement of the retiring directors are said be made by a single resolution of the shareholders. First, those in favor. Okay. Your name, just mention your name, sir. Second, thank you very much, sir. I declare those against. Thank you. I declare the motion carried. Now that the thank you. Now that the motion for the retiring directors made by a single resolution has been carried, I propose that Mrs. Shehu Abubakar, Chukwamodi, and Chijoke Dozie are hereby retired as directors of the company. Will a shareholder please second this motion? Pastor. What? May I now call upon members by a show of hands to indicate? Those against? I declare the resolution carried. I now call on any shareholder to move a motion for the re-election of the retiring directors who have offered themselves for re-election by a single resolution. Yeah, the lady in the pink and black. Will the shareholder please second? So you guys, thank you very much.
Then I call upon members by a show of hands to indicate. First, those in favor.
Thank you. Those against? I declare the motion carried. The resolution carried. Now that the motion for the re-election of the directors by single resolution has been carried, I propose the following resolution. Be resolved that the aforesaid Mrs. Chukwamodi and Chijoke Dozie be and are hereby re-elected as directors of the company. Someone to move? Yeah. Will the shareholder please second? Ms. Pastor Mojola, thank you very much. Shareholders in favor of this resolution, please indicate by a show of hands. Those against? No. I declare the resolution carried. The appointment of Olabode Akonde and Co as auditors. The next business of the day is to declare and appoint Olabode Akonde auditors of the company in accordance with Section 4.1 of the CAMA for the financial year ended 31 July 2024. Section 404, subsection 1 of CAMA stipulates that the company in a general meeting shall appoint an auditor or auditors to audit the financial statements of the company. I now propose that the appointment of Olabode Akonde and Co. be and are hereby approved. Will a shareholder second? Thank you, Mr. Manager. I now call upon members by show of hands to indicate. Shareholders in favor of this resolution, please indicate by show of hands. Those, thank you. Those against? I declare the resolution carried. The next item on the agenda is the remuneration of auditors. The next business of the day is to fix the remuneration of the auditors appointed in accordance with Section 408 of the CAMA for the financial year ended 31 July 2024. Section 408 1B of the CAMA stipulates that the remuneration of the external auditors shall be determined by the company in general, a meeting, or in such a manner as the company in a general meeting may determine. I now propose that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the year ended 31 July 2024. Will a shareholder please second the motion? The gentleman in the, yes. Thank you very much, sir. I can now call on members by a show of hands to indicate. Shareholders in favor of this resolution, please indicate by a show of hands. Those against? Thank you. Those against? I declare the motion carried. Remuneration of managers of the company. The next business of the day is to disclose the remuneration of managers of the company. Section 257 of the CAMA stipulates that the compensation of managers shall be disclosed to the members of the company in a general meeting. The remuneration of the managers of the company for the year ended July 2023 is sitting allowance, non-executive directors, 100,000 per board meeting, and quarterly fees, 100,000 naira. Audit committee. The next business of the day is the election of shareholders of the company to the statutory audit committee for the financial year ended 31 July 2024. Section 4042 of the CAMA mandates that each public company shall establish an audit committee. The section also establishes the functions of the committee. The committee shall consist of 5 members comprising of 2 non-executive directors and 3 shareholders. The board has approved the re-election of the following 2 directors to serve on the audit committee for the financial year ending 31 July 2024. A. Osaro Oyedun, my humble self, and B. Nenna Oyewuchi. The company secretary has received nominations for the election of the following members to represent the shareholders' interests on the audit committee. Yes, sir, please go ahead. And
With understanding and cooperation of all our shareholders, there is no election. That there is good name election. The people that have nomination are choosing to withdraw, but then they will still get up and inform this honorable board about the administration.
okay, if they're here, yeah, let's identify them if they're here, please.
Actually, sometimes we shareholders will do some certain things that it's like jumping the gun. I was expecting the chairman, possibly through the company secretary and possibly through the registrar, to say that we have a number of nominations. That's the number. For us, the shareholder to just speak up and start speaking on behalf of the chairman is like jumping the gun. How many nominations did we receive on the one hand? Definitely, I know we expect 3 members to represent us. Fortunately, as it were, I call it fortunately, definitely not unfortunate, that Robert Tikekwe made a nomination. And of course, as we called upon, I was waiting for the chairman to conclude and possibly call for those people that made nominations to come out. At that particular point in time, I will make my mind known. Somebody should not speak on them. Thank you very much for that. Progress. I hereby say that my withdrawal.
Thank you. All right. So those nominated, let me read the names out. But thank you, sir, for your observation and apology for jumping the gun. Madam, I was interrupted once. I was supposed to go through names. If you just bear with us 1 second so that we can have a flow. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had this just now. Right? I was about to read out the names to an observation with me. So let me do that, and then we will recognize the withdrawals. Yeah, thank you so much. So those nominated to the committee are A. Olushola Solomon Akinrele by Metro Capital and Trades Management Limited. Kolawole B. Kolawole Ganiyu Amo by Ganiyu Kudirat Motunrayo. Ezechuku Augustine Nemeka by Banji Ulubosu. Banji Ulubosu by, that's D now, Banji Ulubosu by Agwo Ngozi Martha. And E. Robert Adinoba Ibekwe by Oluwani Sola Mukadam Tijani. So at this point, I would like to ask if there are any withdrawals. I think Mr. Bebe have already expressed withdrawal. All right.
I also withdraw my invitation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So given that withdrawal, there will be no need for an election. All right, on to the special business of the day, approval of equity issue. The next item under the special business is the approval of the equity issue. Now hand over to the company secretary to read the resolution on the approval of the equity issue.
State that the board of directors be and is hereby authorized to raise up to the sum of 5 billion naira by way of private placement or any other equity issuance on such other terms as may be approved by the board, subject to obtaining all relevant regulatory approvals. B.
Please make progress, make progress.
We'll get to this.
For recording purposes, because you'll be surprised if somebody gets up and says,
Madam,
on the court, fight them, and you win. Shareholders and right position after this meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Observation. Madam, are you with me? Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, madam, for your observation. In the interest of harmony, I think we'll go with what you said, and in accordance with the camera, we'll call for a vote for this. So the members of the committee will now include Osaro Egun, Nena Oyewuchi, Ezechukwu Augustine Nnameka, Banji Olubosun, and yeah, those are yeah. Okay, all members, yeah, all members in favor, please by a show of hands. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Those against? I declare this resolution carried. Thank you very much. Thank you very much again, madam.
That the board of directors be and is hereby authorized to raise up the sum of 5 billion naira by way of private placement or any other equity issuance on such terms as may be approved by the board, subject to obtaining all relevant regulatory approvals. B, that all acts carried out by the board of directors that's all acts carried out by the board of directors and or management of the company in connection with the above be and is hereby approved and ratified. And C, that the board of directors be and is hereby authorized to perform other acts, take steps, or do all such other things as may be necessary or incidental to giving effect to the spirit and intendiments of the above resolutions as they deem appropriate.
Thank you, Ms. Ali. I hereby move that the equity issue be moved by a single resolution of the shareholders. First, those in favor. Yeah, I have moved.
Aye. Yeah, you do addition, that's so second.
Those in favor? Those in favor? Thank you. Those against? Thank you. And now this resolution carried. Now that the motion for the consideration of the equity issued by single resolution has been carried, I hereby propose that the resolution move if you fit. Will a shareholder please second the motion? I now call on members by a show of hands to indicate. Shareholders in favor of this resolution, please indicate by raising your hand. Those, thank you. Those against? I declare the resolution carried. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal business of the annual general meeting. I now declare the meeting closed. I thank you on behalf of the board, management, and staff of our company for attending this meeting and showing so much interest in the affairs of our company. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good day.